Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing my massive book haul that is actually all the books I've acquired from my last video, which was April through the end of September. I have quite a lot of books. I have not counted them, but I can tell you that in September alone, I've gotten about 16 books. So, and you can see there are quite a few holes on my shelf. Because I was getting so many books that I wasn't filming, I was just stacking them away. Usually I leave them out until I film my haul and then I'll put them on my shelves, but because I was getting so many, I was just putting them away as I was getting them. But I pulled them all off. I did my best to break it up by like where things were bought and acquired from, but I guarantee there are some missing, especially my mass market historicals. So there are a few that I do know for certain that when I got them, but for the most part, I'm not sure. So I did my best with this. I made a list and I hope I got everything. If not, I still have a ton of books to share with you guys today. So I don't know. I'm going to try to do this like I normally do, like where things came from, as much as I can. I have my whole rolling cart here. I'm not going to give descriptions. I don't very often do when I do hauls anyway, but I have a lot of books to get through and I don't want to make this video like super long. The first books, I'm going to do my Pango last as usual because that is the biggest haul. The first books I got from the local used bookstore, but so the first ones I got from there are the first 3 books. I actually don't remember what this series is called, but it's the Vicious Lost Boys series by Nikki St. Croix. So we have the first, sorry, my dog hit the camera. The first one, The Never King. Then we have book 2, The Dark One. And book 3, Their Vicious Darling. Actually, I don't know if that was even the right order. I think that was. So these are, as far as I'm aware, dark Peter Pan retellings. So I got those. Next one I got was These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. This felt like a good like spooky book for the fall to read. Next I got Worth the Risk by J.L. Leslie. This is I think it's the first book of the World's Bastards MC series. I'm pretty sure this was one of the ones I acquired in that time frame. If not, oops. Next we have Dreams of the Deadly by Adelaide Forrest, the first book of the Massacred Dreams series. Bullet Between Us by Kay Dosel. This is the first book of the Moretti crime family series. Vines by Bryn Asher, a Killer's novel. I think it's the first book. I'm guessing it's the Killers series. I'm not sure what's the series, but there's that one. Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen. I did start reading this on KU, but I don't think I ever finished it. So now that I have a hard copy, finally get to that one. And then the few historicals that I do remember getting from this bookstore, and that is All Scott and Bothered by Kerrigan Byrne and Pleasuring the Pirate by Emily Bryan. And then I have one more that's not historical, but it's a mass market, The Apprentice by Tess Gerritsen. It just sounded really good, and then I realized this is like Rizzoli and Isles' book, like the TV show. I didn't realize it was a book series. I didn't realize there were books about it, but the actual like the synopsis in the back sounded good, so I picked it up. Okay, the next one I actually got from my job, and the receipt is still in here. Huh. And that's Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score, which is her 3rd book of the Knock 'Em Out series. So that's it from all the used bookstore that I had. Next are going to be books that I got from the library sale. So as usual, every summer, you guys know my local library has a summer book sale that I always go to. I usually vlog it. I didn't this year, I was going to, but I paid for the membership fee to have early access to the sale. And all of the like resellers were there with their stupid little finger scanners, and it was so packed with all the resellers just scanning all the books, and it was obnoxious and absurd, and it was the worst experience I had ever had going to that book sale. I went early because last year they were pretty much cleaned out. Now I understand why. And then just like a couple weeks ago or a week or so ago, one of the other towns nearby also had a used book sale, and I went to that one. But they were smart and they have signs up that say no scanning allowed, because they did it 2 days. They said no scanning allowed at the Wednesday sale. So if you were a reseller, you had to come to the Saturday sale so that the actual people who wanted to buy books to enjoy the books and not to resell them online were able to get first dibs, which I think my library should do the same thing. And after the disaster that this past summer's sale was, I think that's probably something that's going to change next year. Fingers crossed, because I'm like, why am I paying? I don't remember how much the membership, like the Friends membership was, but I'm not paying the membership again if that's going to be a thing, because that's just, it's ridiculous. But anyway, these are all the books that I got at those library sales. And that's The Kiss Thief by L.J. Shen. Now, I'm not a huge L.J. Shen fan. I've never really read her books, but just the whole controversy surrounding her like couple years ago, I just kind of was like put off by her. But this was at the sale. It was a couple cents. It's not like me buying it at the library is going to, you know, put money in the author's pocket. It's gonna give it to the library. So I had bought it. I'll try this one out. If I don't like it, then I'm just not even gonna bother with any more of hers, and I probably honestly won't anyway. I did find 3 historicals in the Mackenzies and McBride series by Jennifer Ashley. Now I don't remember which order these are in, but the first book I did read, which was The Madness of Lauren Eden Mackenzie, it's that series, and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to read the rest of the series. So I did find a couple random books. I have The Many Sins of Lord Cameron, The Seduction of Elliot McBride, and The Stolen Mackenzie Bride. I think this is one of the first ones. It's like book 2 or 3, and then these ones are like further down the list, so I'm just gonna work on trying to find those. I don't know what just happened, but all the animals just freaked out. So at the sale I was just at, I found, oh my goodness, my dogs, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I have not read this book. I've actually been waiting to try to find a cheaper like physical copy to read, so I finally found that one. This was an impulse buy. I really don't know how interested I am in reading it, but it was there. So that's The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I don't know. I've heard mixed things, so we shall see. And then this one was, I didn't realize Blumhouse had books. Like Blumhouse, the production company that does horror movies, they have a book called Feral. I guess this is from the writer-director of The Purge, James DeMarco and B.K. Evanson. So I don't know, but okay. So those are the books I got from the library, and then I have one more that I actually got when I was in Alabama. We went to the Goodwill down there. Well, it was actually in Georgia, but close enough. And we found a book called Hiding by Jenny Morton Potts, which also looks like a thrillery horror, something fun for this time of year. Let's do book of the month, which I don't even know. Still kind of do book of the month. Not every month, but I skipped quite a few. Out of between the last, 4 months, I've only gotten 3 book of the months. So I've gotten May, August, and September. I skipped June and July. But the book I got for May was The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I really, really enjoyed No Exit when I read it back in, I think, February I read that. So I got his new book. And then for August, I got Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. I have the Hacienda by her, but I have not read it. So maybe I'll get to that for October. We'll see. And for the September pick, I did The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Matlin. Again, it's fall, and I'm in kind of that thrillery, spooky vibe. So any of those kind of books are like calling out to me right now. But those are the ones I got for book of the month over the summer. I guess Amazon's next, right? It'd be Amazon and then... No, I'm sorry, Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is next. Listen, I don't shop a ton at Barnes & Noble because, not for nothing, they're a little bit expensive. But I'm going to tell you this. My Barnes & Noble, or one of the ones near me, was renovating. their store, is renovating their store, and they needed to downsize their inventory. So they had a sale where everything was 50% off. Like everything. It was insane. I did find some things. I also earned a shit ton of rewards points because I pay for the whatever extra membership. And so I ordered stuff online from barnesandnoble.com with my $40 that I had in rewards points after that huge sale. So yeah, so we'll do Barnes & Noble. Let me just make sure that I grab the right ones. So we're gonna first do the books that I got that were not in the sale. So I got Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, which is a werewolf novel. Again, it was spooky. This was one of the buy one get one half off tables, and spooky vibes. You know, I actually think I got this in Alabama. The again in Georgia. The Barnes & Noble in Georgia. This one was actually a blind date with a book at Barnes & Noble, and it's Satisfaction Guaranteed by Corellia Stetz Waters, which it was just about a sex toy shop, and I was like, what is this book? And I remember seeing the cover, but I never actually looked to see what this book was about or knew what it was about, so I got that one. Then I got the bind up All He'll Ever Be by W. Winters or Willow Winters. Then I also got Stay With Me by Nicole Fiorina, Fiorina. I always say Fiorina. But I've been eyeing this book up for a really long time, so I finally got it. So my face like keeps getting like, I think because the bright book's next to it, but I finally got a hold of a copy of that. And then I have King of Wrath by Anna Wong, the first book of the Kings of Sin series. I actually have not read any of her, but I have quite a few of her books, so I need to pick some up at some point. Hopefully soon. Now the books I got from the sale. I thought I had more because my friend was holding like a massive stack of like 20 some books. So if I am missing some, I don't remember what they are. But I got House of Secrets by Darcy Coates, which is book 2 to the House of Shadows. I have been enjoying my experience reading Darcy Coates, so I've been collecting like a lot of her books, and she has a lot to collect. And then I also got Hunted by her as well. And then I got a whole bunch of historicals. I finished out a series, and again, I don't remember which. I think it's this one's the next one. So I do have the first 2 books of this series. But then I got An Extraordinary Lord by Anna Harrington. A Relentless Rake. A Remarkable Rogue. And A Problem Princess. So I completed my whole series. Or at least the ones that I was able to get anyway. And again, they were 50% off. So I paid like $4 for these, for each one, which is awesome. And as a kind of impulse buy, I also got a nonfiction book, which is Mafia Rules: What the Mafia Can Teach the Legitimate Businessman by Luis Ferranti. This was strictly a research-based book that I wanted to pick up because I do write a lot of mafia stuff, and I read it as well. So just the fact that like this is a little bit of like mob history, I thought was interesting, and it was half off. So why the hell not, right? Okay, that's it for the ones I bought at Barnes & Noble itself. Then on barnesandnoble.com, I used my $40 in rewards bucks and got the most of the Wrecked series by Catherine Cowles, which is the next series of hers I have to read. So we got, I don't know what order these are supposed to be in, but we got Perfect Wreckage, Wrecked Palace, and Beneath the Wreckage. I got all of those, and I think that's all of the Barnes & Noble books that I got. I'm pretty sure. My dog is like digging into my chair. Next is going to be Amazon, and I do have a pretty decent sized stack of stuff from Amazon. I don't often, I do buy from Amazon, more so Pango, but again, Prime Day, you know, Prime Day came and went, and there's another one coming in like a couple weeks. So they actually had books that I wanted on Prime Day, and I was impulsive and bought them. And I also bought a new Fire tablet, so a bigger one than what I had. So I'm gonna try to do my Prime Day ones. I completed series because since they had, I was surprised they had some of them. So I completed the Miles High Club series by T.L. Swan. I got the Casanova and the Do-Over. I also completed my Twisted series by Anna Wong. So I got Twisted Hate, again, this freaking light. Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. My voice just went out. I completed my Dreamland Billionaire series by getting The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Again, it irritates the hell out of me that the cover is different than the other two because I have the indie covers for the other ones. And I think that was it. Was that it? That might have been it for... Oh, no. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I have 3 more. I know I got 8 books. Okay, so I also got In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I was going to get this at Barnes & Noble one time, and I was like, it's so expensive. I don't want to spend the money. I'm getting all the other expensive books already. I'm kind of glad I held off on it because I was able to get this actually fairly cheap on Prime Day. And then you saw I got the other Lucy scorebook, Things We Left Behind. I got the first 2 in the series. So I got Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light. And oddly enough, this one is so much heavier than this one. It's so light. Like the difference is crazy. I guess the paper is different, denser. I don't know. But anyway, so I got those 2. I think that's it from Prime Day. The rest, I believe, are just in general. Okay, so I do have a couple books that were gifted to me. My friend ended up getting me, just of course impulsively getting me some stuff. So I have The Eden's a Legacy Story by Devney Perry, which is the novella of, or the prequel novella, or the after novella. I don't know, but it's part of the Eden series, which I have to hopefully get to soon. I do want to read her series in, like, her backlist and read her series in order as much as possible. So it might be a little bit before I get to the Eden's series. I also got King's Ransom by B.T. Uruella and C.D. Bradley. This was like super cheap on Amazon for a really long time. It was like $5. And then right after he bought it, it went back up to 15 or something like that. And then I also got the new J.R. Ward Lassiter, which we won't talk about my Black Dagger Brotherhood issues because I've been collecting all of these books for a really long time and haven't gotten past book 2. But we're not gonna talk about that. Okay. So other things that I have bought off Amazon: Mercy by Sarah Kate, which is book 4 of the Salacious Players Club. I'm trying to collect these because they are going, well, they have gone to traditional publisher and are being reprinted with Not People covers. So I need to get the other 2 books. Highest Bidder and Madam comes out in October at some point. So I gotta get those before you can't. I got From the Embers by Ali Martinez. This actually went down in price. I have a lot of stuff on my wish list that I constantly am watching to see when prices drop. And this one went down to like $8 or $9. So I scooped that up because I loved Ali Martinez's Lies. I don't know, the duet, Truth About Lies. Loved that series. So I want to read more from her. Then I got book 2 of the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, Collided. Did I talk about this? I don't think I've talked about this. I went to go see Gran Turismo and got into this huge, like, car racing kick. And a lot of, like, the romance books you find are about Formula One. So I started reading her first series, Throttled. And I enjoyed it for the car aspect of it. The romance was but I learned a lot about, like, Formula One racing. So I'm going to want to finish reading that series. I also got the first book. I'm so excited that Elsie Silver has re-released her original couple covers. Now they're only available to the end of the year, But I mean, the illustrated like watercolors are nice, but I really like the original covers. So I'm trying to collect the rest of this series before the end of the year, but I got Off to the Races. This is the first one. I have the novella as well. I do want to read this. I know everyone's reading her Chestnut Spring series, but I really want to start with this series first. I'm one of those people that needs to read a backlist. I like reading the backlist first if I can help it. So I have that one. My battery's gonna die, so let me go change it real quick and I will be right back. Let me just say that me buying a second battery for this camera has been life-changing. It's just been one of the best purchases I made, only because I only have to stop for like 2 minutes to switch the battery out. Anyway, so where were we? Talking about Amazon. So I did pre-order some things. I've been getting a little bit more bold pre-ordering. I used to hate pre-ordering because I was always afraid, like, what if I don't have the money at the time? Because you don't usually pay for it until it's shipped. But I've been like, with authors I like, especially with authors I especially like, I've been, Brina is sniffing the camera. You wanna see? Oh, hi little girl. Hi. Hi, sweet kitty. Hello. Oh, and the dog's there. Okay. Okay. We got a new cat tree. I don't know if you can see it, but there's Tyler. He's up there, and she's in the little cubby hole right here. Hi. Say hi. I can't see her. Oh, there she is. Okay. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. So there's that. Oh, pre-orders. I've been lately pre-ordering books from authors that I really, really like. One of them being The Brood by Devney Perry. I have been trying to collect the Hot Man covers for this series. The discreet covers are fine. I'm a cover snob, and I like, for the most part, like the people covers. I like the newer, like, if you go back to like the early 2010s, like those covers are kind of but like the new people covers I really have been enjoying them a lot. So I've been trying my best to collect these. But this is the newest book of her Calamity Montana series, Powerless by Elsie Silver. I got that off of Amazon, and I don't know why there is like crap on here. I just realized there's like, I thought it was the cover, but there's like warehouse crap on here. I don't know. I'll have to get something to try to clean that off with, because I don't know where that came from. So this is book 3 of the Chestnut Spring series that everyone's been like obsessed over and reading lately, but no one talks about her first series, the Gold Rush Ranch series. Everyone's just talking about this series, so I want to read Gold Rush Ranch first. Also because I appreciate horse racing. I used to read the Thoroughbred books growing up by, is it Joanna Campbell? And I was all about horse racing. I used to work with retired race or off-track race horses. Like, I appreciate the world of horse racing, and I also appreciate that Elsie Silver was an equestrian in her like youth and understands how to write equestrian related things. I know in an interview she said she was kind of wary about writing like horse girls and horse books, but like as someone who was a horse girl growing up and understands, I could really appreciate her writing in that kind of genre. So I did get, if you noticed when I was talking about the Catherine Cowles Wrecked series, I was missing one. Reckless Refuge I bought off of Amazon because it was cheaper for some reason. It was like $12 on Amazon, where the rest of them were like $16.99 or whatever. So I ended up getting this off Amazon, getting the rest off of barnesandnoble.com. I mean, they were $1 more on Barnes & Noble, but I had rewards dollars to use. So, you know, whatever. But this one completes my series. It's like book 4 or something, like random book in the middle. Also, to complete one of my other series, I got Juniper Hill finally. This was book 2 of the Eden series by Devney Perry. I had book 2, 3, 4, or sorry, 1, 3, 4. and I need to get Crimson River, and then I think Sable Peak comes out soon. But like, this was the only one that I didn't have. And for some weird reason, it had a 15% off coupon on Amazon. It was the only book in the series that did, and I was like, that's really weird. But it got me to buy it, finally. So I now have that series almost completed. And then another series that I had to complete because, again, the covers were changing. It went to a regular publisher, and the covers were essentially the same, but they were changing the text of them. And I didn't like the new text. I liked the old text. So I actually got, I think all of these I got from, like, I didn't get them full price from Amazon. I got them like Amazon Marketplace, like used. But they were like Amazon returns, if that makes any sense. Like, they were returned to Amazon, so they were cheaper, but they were like considered used. I don't know. So that's the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I had the first 2 books. I got the rest of the series, so I had them in not the original people covers. Those are like super hard to find anymore anyway. But like the other illustrated editions with the cool text. Like, they're all they have a weird blocky text now that I don't like. I think it looks weird. So we have Savage Lover, Bloody Heart, Broken Vow, and Heavy Crown. Another series I have to read. I have to read more by Sophie Lark. I think the only book I read by her was Anastasia, and I read Ivan. I have the collection, the Underworld, what the hell? I don't know what that series is called. But I have the collection on Kindle, and I read the first book at least. So okay, I think those are all of my Amazon books. They should be anyway. The rest of this should be Pango. Again, the Calamity Montana series. I got The Bluff. This one has her as Willa Nash. See, the new ones have her as Devney Perry, but her pseudonym is Willa Nash. So that's interesting. I didn't even realize when I was looking at these. What are my other ones? Oh, it's up there. I have another one in this series. And I'm curious. I think it says Willa Nash as well, not Devney Perry. So I'm like, okay. So I'm guessing this is the original, and they were probably re-released under her real name, or her. I actually don't know if this is her real name or a pseudonym, but I know Willa Nash for sure is a pseudonym. But that's interesting. I just realized that. Okay, then we got Convict by A. Zebarelli. I have been reading her Boston Underworld series. I forget what the heck is it Boston? Or her Underworld? I don't remember. Crow was the first. I think it is Boston Underworld. I just read Ghost recently. I need to finish that series. This is actually, I think, book 2 in the series after that. Confess, I believe, is the first one. This one is also signed by the person. It's a personalized sign. Oh yeah, Sin City Salvation book 2. So yeah. Then we got book 2 of the Chestnut Spring series, which was Heartless by Elsie Silver. I got Where the Blame Lies, finally, by Mia Sheridan. I've had the second book of this duet for a really long time, and I was waiting for an opportunity to get the first book so I could read it. I'm just like, it just sounds so good. And then I got Hello Stranger by Jade West. So then I got Wait With Me by Amy Dawes. Now, I do have Blindsided by her I want to read, but I found out that this one recently got turned into a movie on Passionflix, which I didn't realize Passionflix was. I know I've heard of Passionflix before, but I didn't realize they were turning like romance books into movies on there. Unfortunately, it's another subscription service, which I haven't bothered to get, but I was curious, so I got, and the story sounded really good, so I got that one. And then this was also an impulse buy. It was like $2, and that's Madam X by Jacinda Wilder. I figured I'd give that one a try. June 1st by Jennifer Hartman. I had to get the original because this is one of the ones I got picked up by Bloom. So the cover is different now. So I had to get that one. I love Jennifer Hartman. I don't know when this video is going out, but her new book, The Stars Are on Our Side, comes out October 3rd, and I cannot wait. I'm so like, I have stress already because I know that story. It's if you read Still Beating, it's the girl Tabitha who was released Spoiler, maybe, kind of, I don't know. There's a news story about a girl named Tabitha, and it's her story, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, I am not mentally or emotionally prepared for this book, but I want to read it so bad, so I'm really, really excited for it. Anyway, we got A Chance for Us by Corinne Michaels. This is one of the books in her Willow Creek Valley series. I don't remember which one. Then I got another Corinne Michaels book, Say You'll Stay. I think this is also, I don't know which series this is again. But this one is signed. I got another Sophie Lark, so I got There Is No Devil. This is the sequel to There Are No Saints, which I've had for a while, but I needed the people cover because I have the original cover of the old one, and now they're like super expensive. This one wasn't, but most of the time when you see them, they're like ridiculously expensive because they've gotten the new like discreet covers, but I needed that one to make it my books match. Then I got this one. This is also book 2 of like I don't know if it's a series or if it's like standalone novels, but Hostage by Annika Martin and Skye Warren. I think the first book of this is Prisoner. So these books I have actually read before. So far, none of these that I've shared with you I have read. These two I have. So I got the next 2 books of the, I don't know which series this is. It's the All the Pretty Things trilogy. Is that what it's called? By Monica James. The first one being Bad Saint, which y'all know is one of my absolute favorite books. So these are the other 2 in the series. Fallen Saint and then Forever My Saint, which was not my favorite book. But I really, really did love the first one, and I devoured the second one. This one took me forever to read because I was just kind of like, I don't know if I was just not into it anymore. I don't know. Then I got the first book of one of her other series, and that's Thy Kingdom Come. I don't know. Now these books too, like trying to find these covers seems to be hard too as well. But yeah, I did get this one. Okay, anyway, moving on. I also got Sicko by Amo Jones. This is it says 1%er. Is that the name of the series? 1%er, Vice President? I have no idea. No idea. But I have what Amo Jones books did I just get? Oh. In Peace Lies Havoc, in Fury Lies Mischief. I just got those from Mystic Box, so I have to read some Amo Jones. I have another one coming by her soon. Alright, what else we got? More Jennifer Hartman. I got her 2 new books, An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak and A Pessimist's Guide to Love. I'm actually in the middle of reading Lotus right now. So I love Jennifer Hartman. I love the way she writes. And she writes such beautiful, beautiful, like heart-wrenching, angsty stories. I can't imagine trying to be in her head trying to write her books because there's just so much emotion and like, especially in her darker stuff, like it is intense. But oh my god. It's so great. I love her writing so much. Okay, next we have 2 books. The first 2 books of the Blame It on the Alcohol series by Fiona Cole. So we have Blame It on the Champagne and Blame It on the Tequila. So I just need Blame It on the Vodka. And I've got that trilogy. Ugh. Next we got Devil in Dublin by B.B. Easton. Sorry, my voice keeps going out. I do like this discreet cover. I like the guy cover too, but I do really like this discreet cover. Another Corinne Michaels, Could Have Been Us. This is also the Willow Creek Valley. I don't remember which book. Then I got Wild Irish by Brooke O'Brien. We're almost done. We've got 6 left. And these are the newer ones. I know for sure these are the newest ones I've picked up. So I've read, again, these 2 are books I've read. So I got Hideaway by Penelope Douglas and Nightfall by Penelope Douglas. These is books 2 and 4 of the Devil's Night series. Now, I was not going to buy these books because I have the Mystics editions. However, they're once again getting a new cover. And I don't like the new covers. And I don't really need to get these at all because, again, I have all 4, or I will once they get shipped, of the Mystic Box editions of them. But I do like the black and white covers, and I feel like when I display them together with the black covers of the Mystic Boxes, like on my shelves, they probably look nice together. So the only one I need to get now is Kill Switch, which on Amazon it's like 20 bucks, but like these covers now, trying to get them on Pango, like these ones were cheap enough. I think these were like 10 bucks or something, but like for the most part they're like $40 plus because they're eventually going to go away. And I'm one of those people that's like, no, 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 like when I can't have something, all of a sudden I want it now. So that's me. Okay, and then I have some Karina Halley. I have My Life in Shambles, which I have been wanting to read for a while. I actually have it on my Hoopla, saved on my Hoopla, the audiobook. So I really want to read that one. It's Irish rugby. I think he's a rugby player, as far as I know. And then I have Before I Ever Met You, which the seller was selling this as well, so I figured I'd get them both. Then I finally have caught up with getting the Chestnut Springs series, but they're getting the fourth book, Reckless. I did pre-order Hopeless, so I will have that ready to go when it comes in. So that's that. All right, that's the last book I have for you guys. I hope that's everything. I'm surrounded by a huge mess, and now I have to put my shelves back together because I pulled everything off of them, and now there's stuff everywhere. Yay me. And this video, again, I'm sorry, it was so long. It was longer than I expected it to be. I kind of went off on tangents a little bit, side stories, which I didn't need to do. But if you're curious, I'll give you a count right now for how many books I've acquired in the past 4 months. Can you believe I have exactly 100 books in this pile? That's crazy. Exactly 100 books I've acquired. Now, technically I've acquired more because I have gotten Mystic boxes, but I've shared those in other videos. And honestly, there might be some historical mass markets that I forgot about. That's very possible. But yeah, 100 books I just shared with you guys. That's wild. That is wild. So that's going to be it for me. I have to now clean up and put my books all back on their shelves where they belong and reorganize, because there were some that were not put away that I now have to make room for. So if you guys stuck it out this far, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for October. That's going to be my read every day for American Cancer Society. I'll leave a link to that video up in the cards, wherever the heck the thing is. And I hope you guys join me in that. I have not announced it yet, but the first book for that is going to be Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I've got a whopping 2 votes for that, so yay. So if you guys want to join me in reading that, please do. Let me know in the comments that you're going to read along with me. And that's going to be it for this video, so I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!